Hi, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. My name is Maura McGinnis, and I am the Northeast Regional Manager for Tran. Thank you so much for joining me again on Tuesday. If it's Tuesday, it's Q School. So Q usually stands for quality. Today it stands for quick ship solutions. And today, co-hosting with me is my colleague, Phil Gerard. Hi, Phil.
Hey, Maura, how are you?
I'm good.
Excellent.
Cool.
So Q is for quick, huh?
Yeah, Q is for quick. So
Excellent. I
we
like
have,
it. So thanks everybody for joining us today. As Maura mentioned, we have been doing these Q schools for quite some time now, almost since in some form or fashion since about St. Patrick's Day. Obviously, it's been an interesting last 6 months, and hopefully one day soon we'll be able to actually go out and see people instead of having to talk to everybody virtually. But these are basically what we've been doing are a lot of product spotlights or demo case spotlights or these type of things. Today we're actually going to talk about a program that Qtran is launching today. That is coming out that will be something that we value add to our rep partners, something we're excited about, and something we feel is needed. So we're not going to talk a whole lot about actual specific products as opposed, in regards to the technical information. But you will see on the chart here our Q School online classes. We have a couple marked that will, if you want more in-depth information on the products we're actually talking about, you can go to our static white Q School, our distribution Q School, our extrusion and accessory Q School, and our how to build a part number Q School, as well as our demo case Q School that was last week that'll dive deeper into all of the products we're actually going to talk about today. However, we're very excited to bring you this program and talk about this today. And as Maura mentioned, we are bi-coastal, so we will get into that here shortly. So these products, again, you can find them on here, but you can also find them on our website, and Maura is going to talk a little bit more about that.
yes. Thanks, Phil. So we always like to sort of navigate through our website as a reminder. Our product dropdown has a lot of categories. We're really focusing today on linear LED strips, extrusions, and power supplies. That's what's in the program that we're going to discuss. But as a reminder, you go to your category. The left side is always going to have some filters to help you narrow down what you need. And then you'll find some thumbnails and product names. So we'll just take a quick peek at our static white 24 volt, 5 watts a foot. You can see there's a spec sheet, an ordering guide, and then some technical information. There's also compatibility. So those are all live links to the extrusions. Then there's some downloads and associated products or associated videos, if any exist. In extrusions, same theories apply. Left side is filters. There's our torque, which is one of our most popular extrusions. We have a spec sheet, an ordering guide, a white optic spec sheet, which is a little different. Technical information, again, compatibility to LEDs and other extrusions. And if there's any videos, hi, Doug, they are also on the page. And then, of course, LEDs, power supplies, LED power supplies, and AC power supplies. So we have a lot of products here at Qtran. We can't offer them all in this program, but we do offer quite a few. So how do we do it? Phil, how do we make it quick ship?
That's a great question, Maura, and certainly we would love to make everything quick ship. I know I would, and probably the whole sales team would, but that's not a reality. But we are going to offer you specific products, our products that we sell a lot of that we feel that people will need. But the way we get to do this and the way we're able to really meet needs throughout the country now is that we have two locations. We have our headquarters, which is where Maura is, in Milford. Maura is in Milford. So Maura is in Milford, which is where our headquarters are, and I am here right outside of Long Beach, California, at our satellite location in Ranchos Dominguez. So that is how we're able to do this. We're able to service our customer base and our rep base from both locations, which allows us to have 1 to 3 day shipping from pretty much any location in the country. There are a few that are 4 days, no matter where we ship from, but that's just kind of the reality of having something on both coasts. So we do have coast to coast shipping. Here on the West Coast, which is behind me here, we have a West Coast warehouse as well as assembly and training facility here. The training facility is not quite up and running yet. COVID kind of put a damper on that. However, that is in the plans for in the future once we're able to actually see people and have people come visit. But out of this facility, we are shipping in stock orders here very quickly. We have much faster shipping times to the West Coast. We're able to assemble fixtures out here, which you can see Erwin and Mona Lisa doing over to my left. We also have customer service support here, so we don't just have people building, shipping out products. We do also have customer service support here, which allows us to service our customer base and rep base in almost about 12 hours a day. So that is something we're proud of and that we're able to do. So from being able to ship here, shipping quick orders, realizing the necessity of that, realizing that people are in today's world, and like always in the lighting world, really, but in today's world especially, needing product quicker to the job site, because as things start to open up, things are needed on site a lot quicker. So we're able to get those products out here faster, but we've also taken some of those ideas and brought them into our facility in Connecticut, which Maura, since she's there almost every day, will fill us in on those.
Yeah. So in our Q schools a few weeks ago, you may have joined us to meet our new co-CEO. And that was an interview with our executive team. And in this picture that you're looking at right now, on the far side was where they sat. So you can watch that video on YouTube and get kind of a look at how our factory is set up. And from the West Coast experience, the East Coast learned a few things about setting up workstations and workflow. And so this is just a nice image showing you our space for our folks, which is ample. So we're very aware of the time in which we are living and the dedicated areas for this quick ship program. So yes, I am here every day, every day. So let's talk about the program, Phil.
A little bit about the program in of itself. Here's a good overview of the products that we will be offering. We'll talk about them a little bit more in detail here in a little bit, but we're offering LEDs, specific LEDs, some of our faster moving, higher volume type of product, our 9 different extrusions, as well as some electronic and magnetic power supplies to go with those LEDs themselves. So let's get into the tape light we're offering.
Sure.
So yeah, the LEDs we are offering here in the program, we have our SW24, which everybody is aware of. That's our specification grade architectural series. It's SW24. We're offering it in 1.5, 3, and 5 watts a foot in 2400K, 2700K, 3000, and 3500K. We're also offering our SD-SW product, which is our distribution line. However, that product is still a specification grade quality LED, but manufactured and designed in a way that allows us to be very competitive with the price if there is a tight budget on that project. In the program, we're going to be offering full reels, and those full reels will be able to ship in 2 to 3 days, or custom cut lengths of LEDs to your length with a lead soldered on to the end in 3 to 5 days. So Maura's going to touch a little bit on the product and a couple of the differences of them.
Yeah, so what I have here in our cool studio in Milford, I have 3 pieces of LED, and we're going to zoom way in, which is why we love Crowdcast, because we can really get into the details. So the furthest is a wet sleeved SD-SW tape, and you can see the diodes pretty clearly. Well, maybe Justin can zoom in a little closer. Let's see, I'm making him work. All right, perfect. Oh, I needed a manicure today. The middle tape is our SW24, our typical architectural specification grade tape. And then again, here's the SD-SW with the larger chips and the wider spacing. So we like to point that out because, and also, by the way, this program for the LED is wet and dry only. So those are the 2 rated fixtures. So actually, why don't we jump back to the slide deck, because I think this leans right into extrusions and then building a better fixture. So you want to talk about which extrusions?
Yeah, thanks, Maura. So yeah, we offer 9 different extrusions in this program. So we have slim, wide, Arca, Tela, Vivi, Lato, Vega, Torque, and Lalo. It's really something for every application. We do offer multiple different colors as well, which Maura will talk about for the extrusion. And those extrusions do include the lens, much as well as the end caps and clips, much like we've always done. With all of our products, well, the lens is included in the price, the lens is included in the part number of the product, and we ship end caps and clips dependent on how long those pieces actually are. So that's included as well. And again, those are going to come in max lengths, which our maximum lengths are 98.43 inches. Okay, and we're going to be able to ship those in 2 to 3 days. Custom cut pieces to go along with your custom cut pieces of LEDs, right? So a rector set style up at the job site in 3 to 5 days. And we can also build factory assembled fixtures in 7 to 10 days. So we'll be able to do full extrusions cut in 2 to 3, cut pieces in 3 to 5, or full fixtures in 7 to 10 days. So when coupled together, the LED and the extrusion together, it builds a beautiful fixture, which Maura is going to talk about here.
Yeah. So as Phil just mentioned, the extrusions always come with a lens. Our 4 lens options are clear, frosted, polar, and diffuse. I'm going to put it on the black, and I'm going to just light this up. This is our static white. I'm going to do it kind of slowly so you can see the lights coming up on the fixture behind all 4 lenses. I'm going to try to drop it back out just a little because I know even as good as Crowdcast is, there is, getting a light shined in your eyes is still not the most pleasant thing. So you can see the diodes in the clear lens, obviously quite visibly, then the frosted, then they start to disappear in polar, and then they're really all the way gone in diffuse. So that's important because that has a 1-inch cut point, which is pretty great. Now, the other product we were talking about is the SD-SW product, which has a 2-inch cut point and larger diodes. So as you can see, same 4 lenses are applicable, and you can see these diodes rather clearly, and you can see the space between them. So I like to just, they're still great products, and there's a lot of use, but we want to be able to help you with detailed things and have you be aware of the products and their characteristics. So again, but all the way back here at diffuse, you can't see any diodes. So we like to just point that out as a reminder about the products, about the LEDs and the cut points and the size of the diodes. Don't have to commit it to memory because we're here to help you. But that is, but these fixtures can be built and ready to go in the 7 to 10 days. So you're really just landing them into the power supplies, which could quite possibly be the next thing we're talking about in the program.
It might just be. Yeah. So quick run through, just real quick, of the actual LEDs and extrusions. So we have the SD-SW 24 and 2.4 6 watt a foot, 27 3000 or 3500K. SW24 and 1.5 3 and 5 watts a foot, and 24 27 3000 and 3500K. And it's a 250 foot max on these quick ship orders. We have those 9 extrusions we spoke about: slim, wide, Torque, Lato, Lalo, Vega, Vivi, Arca, and Tela. And we're doing full reels or full extrusions in 2 to 3 days, custom cut lengths of LEDs or extrusions in 3 to 5 days, or factory assembled fixtures in 7 to 10 days. And Maura did mention those power supplies, and certainly you need a power supply to power these. So that might just be the next slide.
That's the next slide. And so also all finish options available. I did forget to say that, Phil. Sorry, when we were talking about extrusions. Their standard black, bronze, and satin, most of them have all 3 finishes, and all 3 finishes are part of this program, not just the satin.
The QZ is a driver that has been mentioned multiple times in some of our webinars. So that is at the top of this program, and one that will probably be used most of the time, as it's phase controlled or 0 to 10 volts. So it meets the requirements of many jobs, if not all, that will be used in this program. It's available in 30, 60, 96, 192, and 288 watts. It's dry or wet rated, so it can be interior or exterior. We also have our IQ-PH80 available, and as we all know, that dims beautifully for those who have our demo cases. And then we have our QJB DCs, as well as our Q6 DCs and DC plus cap, our magnetic power supplies as well. And then we have our magnetic AC power supplies. Now, these power supplies aren't going to power the LEDs, but these power supplies are used for any 12-volt AC, LED lamp, like halogen lamp. So if you're using a track system or anything, or have any sort of 12-volt, LED halogens, these transformers dim them beautifully and can, work with any of them. And I know Maura wants to give a little plug on our power supplies.
I like them. So one of the great things about working here at Tran, I know, and you've been in love with them longer than me, is that all of those power supplies you see on that slide have the core of the power supply is the toroidal transformer. So that is that donut-looking thing on the slide, and that is made from the flat steel all the way out to the box in the complete power supply center here in Milford. It's pretty impressive. And we talked earlier today about our Q schools, right? We came to this medium of presenting to our clients and our agents because the times are dictating it. But Q School, and Phil has led plenty because Phil's been with Tran many more years than me. Q School is when we invite folks to come to the factory and check out how we build stuff and how we work. And Phil said it earlier, one of the most popular points on the tour is watching the winding and the building of the core and then the winding of the copper around it. So we are a power supply company. We're very proud of that. We're 27 years old, and we build them all here in Milford, and then we send them to Phil to store in California and then get to you.
Absolutely. So we have those stocked here in California, and also we'll have them stocked in Connecticut as well. So these next couple slides, and please don't get, if you're in that middle area of the country where you're in that 3 to 4 day range, either in the California or Connecticut side, please don't get caught up in exactly that. We'll handle all of this internally. Really, this is more of a guide for you to understand, and we'll send this out to everybody, a guide for everybody to understand the shipping time, right? Because we have the 2 to 3 days, 3 to 5 days for us to ship it out the door here, but then there's also that delivery time, right? The shipping time, the 1 day, 2 day, whatever that may be. So you see on the chart here, 1 to 2 days in California, as well as Nevada and Utah and Arizona, 3 days to all of those states in green, and then 4 days to all of those states there in red. So those, gives you an idea of the amount of time it'll take from the day we get the order with those 2 to 3, 3 to 5, or whatever that may be, plus those shipping times for them to actually show up at the door. You'll certainly still get an order confirmation with the expected ship date, but this will give you a guide of about how many days it'll take to get there. And then here's your guide for that as well from Connecticut, right? So up there in the Northeast, most of those times are 1 day. Other parts of the Northeast and the Old West, which is now part of the Midwest, there you see the 2 days. Then you see all the dates there with 3. So we're able to ship the orders out quicker. These are your estimated transit times to those places. However, if for some reason we have, Connecticut's backed up or California's backed up, or, stock is on one coast or the other, and we need to ship out of one of those facilities, we will certainly be nimble and do so, and then, kind of navigate as we need to in order to get you the job and the product, or the product on the job in the specified time. So I guess the next question is, how do we order this? How do we make sure our orders come in through as quick ship, right? And if we send in an order that, it gets marked as quick ship, right? So we do have a new dedicated quick ship email. We'll also be sending all of this out to our reps in the coming days for you to have this information. But we have a new quick ship email. It's quickship@q-tran.com. Pretty simple, but that email, when sent in, will then generate a workflow within Tran to make sure that order gets processed instantly, pushed through the factory quickly, and out the door so it meets your demands on your job. We'll also have a one-sheeter and a one-sheeter little price guide cheat sheet, because certainly if you're quoting a project that you need something quick for, you really normally do not have time for that product to come into us, give you a quote, send it back over, send it to your customer. It's something you're moving quickly. We need to do the quote real quick, get it back to the customer, send in the order, send it to Quick Ship, and ship it out, get us to ship it out the door. So, the Quick Ship email is something hopefully everybody will remember and start using. We'll certainly send that email out, but you also may want to put in the subject line Quick Ship as well. But outside of that, this is a service to our reps and our customer base. This is not there's no added, we don't talk about costs on these things, but there's no added cost for it, right? We don't talk about specific pricing, but this really is a service that Qtrain is providing to our reps and our customer base to allow you to meet the demands of today, faster moving projects, something they need on site right away. So this is something we're offering to help you, and hopefully something that everybody can enjoy. So
absolutely. And
did I miss anything more?
Not at all, but I am dovetailing on that. The more you tell us, the better. So if you put the word Quick Ship in your email header, great. If you say need by a certain date, that's even better. So anything that your specifier or your customer, or if you're our agent, that you can tell us to help move your project, not necessarily your project that's under 250 feet, through this program, the better we can service you. And we are always happy to hear not only how great we are, but how we could, what do you see that we could do, right? What can we do? How is this program going to work for you? And we're always looking to give you the best service possible to you, to our specifiers, to our jobs. So I think that the more information you can give us, the better, and the better we can respond to you. Yes, I think that's everything, right, Phil?
I think that covers it all. So yeah, any questions?
Any questions from the peanut gallery over there?
There was a question to confirm that the SW was also included, not just the SW.
Correct. Yes. So, but it is actually, that's a great question that we sort of went past. As Phil mentioned, it's specific color temperatures and specific wattages. So I point that out because the SW is part of this program in 2 watts a foot, 4 watts a foot, and 6 watts a foot. The SW24 specification grade architectural LED is available in 1.5, 3, and 5. No 4 in that LED line. So yes, they are both available.
It's sort of related. Glenn wants to know if you're going to receive a new SD price list.
Oh, hi, Glenn. So, Phil, I'll let you, I don't know if you heard that. Glenn wants to know if he's getting a new SD price list. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Tell Glenn that Doug and I will get with him and get him anything he needs.
Wow. Anything you need, Glenn.
From Tanya, will POs require, in addition to the end of the part number or a note on the top indicating it's Quick Ship, in addition to being sent to the Quick Ship email?
I don't think we've gotten that far. Did you hear the question, Phil? Did you hear the question?
I did, yes. I did hear the question. No, it will not. Just send the order to the Quick Ship email. You may want to put in the subject line Quick Ship as well, just to be safe. But sending it to that email address will notify the people that it needs to notify. We will get the order entered right away. It will go into its own flow inside of our company and make sure that product ships out the door in the time frame that we've promised it will ship out. So yes. No need for any adders to the end of the part number, anything of that nature. Just send it to that email. Again, you might want to put it in the subject line, Quick Ship, just to be safe. And then we'll move on.
I'd actually like to take this opportunity to a related, again, you'll send it to Quick Ship. We'll work within the time frames, but it never hurts to give us a date. It never hurts to put in your correspondence to our inside team, needed on site by 12/31/2020. Whatever, it's always a good rule of thumb to add that piece of information so we see it. But yes, you do not need to add anything to your PO. Anything else? Oh, everything else has been answered in the chat, so we don't have any questions for either me or Phil at this point. Oh, wait.
We just want to reiterate there was a question
Oh.
about lenses, so maybe we should just reiterate that the standard
Sure.
polar diffuse.
Yes.
lenses
So
are
there was a question about lenses in the chat. So we showed our 4-lens sample fixture earlier. Those are the lenses that are a part of the Quick Ship program. And again, that's diffused, polar, frosted, and clear. And you always get a lens with every extrusion. So whatever, and that's not a separate line item, although you can order extras. Thank you, everybody. Please reach out to your regionals. Doug, Tyler, me, Phil, Shannon. Gian always answers the phone too. So your inside team, we're all here, and we appreciate your support and your specifications. And thank you so much for spending time with us.